Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. The City of Peabody Zoning Board of Appeals meets tonight in accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, and other applicable laws. Tonight's hearing will be conducted in the following manner. The Secretary will read the legal notice or state that such notice has been waived. All applications will be heard in the order they were received in the City Clerk's office or as otherwise noted by the Chair. The petitioner or petitioner's representative will present the subject application to the board. The chair may limit the length of all remarks. All parties in interest will be given an opportunity to speak either in favor or in opposition to a pending application, and the board may receive similar written communications to be placed on the public record. The petitioner will then be given the opportunity to refute any such remarks. We have a very short agenda this evening. We have very few people in the audience, so I will very, very briefly explain to the people that are here how this will work. We have 2 continuances, which we will do in a minute, and then we will take number 3 and 4 in that order. You will come up to the podium. Please speak directly into the microphone and state your name and address for the record, and then just briefly tell us why you're here. It really doesn't look like we have too much of an audience for opposition or in favor, but I will go over that. After you state what you're here for, I will then ask if there is anyone in the audience to speak in favor. Once again, come up to the podium, speak clearly into the microphone, give your reasons why you're in favor. I will then ask who is in opposition. Once again, come up to the podium, give your reasons why you're in opposition. Remember, we are here for dimensional relief. We are not here for neighborly disputes. And if you are, if you start sort of going off the subject, I will stop you. If you, the petitioner, would like to then come back to the podium and address any of the issues, you may. And at that point, the board will discuss a little bit and take a vote. The decision then will be typed and filed with the city clerk. Once the decision is filed with the city clerk, the 20-day appeal period begins. In compliance with the open meeting law, this hearing is also being recorded stenographically by our clerk. Please speak directly into the microphone clearly and only speak when at the podium to ensure that you are on the record. And once again, yes, I have to make that clear. You cannot speak from your seat. If you forget to say something, you have to come back up, but please do not yell anything from your seat. Hearing that, we have number 1 and number 2. Secretary will read the continuance request, that we will take a vote to accept it, and then we will hear number 3 and number 4.
Okay, so this is regarding 3, 5, and 7 Andover Street. It's a letter dated March 15th to the Zoning Board of Appeals. It says, Dear Chairperson Gallucci, this letter will serve to respectfully request that the variance remand hearing for the premises located at 3, 5, and 7 Andover Street, Peabody, scheduled for March 19th, 2018, be continued to the next regularly scheduled meeting of the City of Peabody Zoning Board of Appeals. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation, and that's Attorney Kelty.
Can I have a motion to accept and to continue it?
Motion to accept and continue.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 2. Bless you.
This is a letter regarding 299, 301, and 303 Lowell Street. It's dated March 14th, 2018, and I'll read the letter into the record. Dear Ms. Bancroft, the above matter was scheduled to be heard this coming Monday, March 19th. However, it's being further continued to the Board of Appeals meeting to be held on Monday, April 23rd at 7 p.m. Peabody City Hall. The reason for the continuance is that our surveyor, Mr. Chris Mello, prepared 2 different site plans, one showing 2 lots for 2 two-family dwellings and the other showing 3 lots with a restriction that each dwelling be a single family. The intent in preparing the 2 different plans is to determine if either proposal is acceptable to the board and to our neighbors in lieu of a definitive subdivision. However, the plans are too conceptual in nature and not fully engineered to the petitioner's satisfaction. The petitioners do not believe it is fair to the board or their neighbors to utilize conceptual plans in addition to the plans not being filed in a timely manner. The petitioners have instructed Mr. Mello to prepare each plan as a fully engineered plan. As this cannot be done by this coming Monday, we have requested that the matter be continued to the board April 23rd meeting. This will allow sufficient time for Mr. Mello to prepare the plans and have them filed in a timely manner to be included in the board's packages and available for the public's review. Very truly yours, Attorney Ethan Bonsalides. Second.
Number 3.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals, City of Peabody, will hold a public hearing on Monday, March 19th, at 7 p.m. at the Wigan Auditorium, City Hall, 24 Lowell Street, Peabody, on the application of Daniel Blaisdell, 1 Margin Street Court, Peabody, for a variance from the provision of the zoning ordinance 2017 as amended, Section 7.2, as it applies to the premise known as 1 Margin Street Court, Map 54, Lot 97, Peabody. Petitioner seeks a variance for a proposed addition. The relief is needed on left side yard where 7.3 feet are proposed and 15 feet are required. The property is located in an R1A zoning district. The application and plot plan are available for review at the City Clerk and Board of Appeals Office, City Hall, and will be available at the time of public hearing.
If you're in the audience, you could come up.
All right. Good evening. Yes, I'm here looking to see if I can build a,
Address for the record.
oh, I'm sorry, 1 Margin Street Court, Daniel Blaisdell. And I'm looking to add an addition for my elderly parents. It's a 24 by 26, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Do you intend to put any kind of kitchen or cooking space in this addition?
Yes, I was looking to put like a kitchenette and a bathroom and 2 bedrooms, but I don't have to put the kitchen. I mean, it's just something,
Right. Have you applied for FALA?
I'm sorry?
Okay. If you don't, yeah, you haven't then.
No,
Okay.
no. Okay, what is that? I'm sorry.
Sure. It's and forgive my probably inaccurate assessment of it, but it's when you're looking to bring in, another family member. Essentially, instead of creating a 2-family, it gives you
Right.
permission to use a certain livable area of the home as
Okay.
essentially a secondary living space. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Dan. And that's where the second kitchen space would come in. Ordinarily, we're not allowed to.
Right.
Not ordinarily, we are not allowed to have a second kitchen space because essentially it's creating a 2-family and a 1-family district.
Okay. So, no kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a family accessory living area. It's restricted to 900 square feet. It can be bigger if you share common areas. And it's basically for people that want, like Stephen said, they want to bring their parents or family members in, all right? It's a lot more regulated, all right, because of the additional kitchen. It's not an apartment.
Right.
It can be used only for family members.
Right.
If the family member should pass or buy their own place or get out, the filer ceases to exist. It has to revert back to a single-family home.
Okay. Well,
So I would say that I would be hard-pressed saying that if you wanted to put the kitchen in, that I would say probably wouldn't be in favor of this.
Right.
Because the real avenue for that, for your parents, would be to apply for a filer through the city council.
Okay, yeah, then I won't put a kitchen in. I mean, that's pretty much what I'll do.
So you do know that, and I don't mean this in any derogatory way.
That's okay.
But so we explained it?
Yep.
And right now, today, you're, okay, fine, no kitchen, no little
Kitchenette,
cooking area,
right.
kitchenette. We really hold you to that.
Okay.
Like, it gets inspected.
Yep, no, I
And so
understand
if you
that.
think that your parents might want something like that, think about it right now.
Okay, all right. No kitchen.
Okay, okay.
Sure.
I see it's a 1-story home. I assume the This is just a one-story addition, keeps the same roof line?
Same height, yeah. No changes there.
Any attic space?
There is an attic, there will be. There's attic space in the house that's there, so it'll be the same, yeah.
I just don't know if there's a manhole there or not. I think there's a question mark after it.
Manhole?
Was an old,
System? or
not even a septic system. It's,
Like something?
to be honest with you, it was nothing that was ever used. It's just a manhole there with a hole in there. And we don't, it's filled in now.
You'll just like build over it?
No, that would all get dug out. There'd be a foundation put in.
Oh, I see,
That's all
okay.
coming out, yeah. It's definitely not something that's used.
By the board? Comments? Anybody in the audience? Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? Anybody to speak in opposition? Hearing none, the matter is before the board.
Motion to approve with the
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You're all
All
set.
set? Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals of the City of Peabody will hold a public hearing on Monday, March 19th at 7 p.m. At the Wigan Auditorium, City Hall, 24 Lowell Street, Peabody, on the application of Earl Miles, Porsche, 81 Prospect Street, Peabody, for a variance from the provision of the zoning ordinance 2017, as amended Section 7.2 as it applies to the premise known as 81 Prospect Street, map 39, lot 46A, Peabody. Petitioner seeks a variance for a proposed addition. Relief is needed on left side yard where 29.7 feet are proposed and 40 feet are required, and front yard where 27.5 is proposed and 50 feet are required. The property is located in a BR zoning district. The application and plot plan are available for review at the City Clerk and Board of Appeals Office, City Hall, and will be available at the time of public hearing.
Okay, are you here?
You heard the good evening, Bart. Yeah, I'm Dr. Miles Boresh, and I own the veterinary clinic up there on the hill on Prospect Street. I'm sure you've all seen it a few times. The petition is for the purpose of putting in a public restroom, which of course will be handicapped access. That's okay. And we've never had room in the veterinary clinic before to have a public restroom, so at this time, and for the last 38 years, I've had clients walking through the treatment area to go to a bathroom out back, and I'd like to change that at this time. The area that I'd be adding the space onto is now just a garden area in a place where we walk dogs. There'll be no parking spaces affected by this. And the plan is to make the addition in line with the existing older part of the building so that it all looks uniform. I've showed you a picture of the front garden area, dog yard, where the addition would go up, right up to that white fence.
So I have one question. You're asking for an addition for a public bathroom only? And what, it's going to be 1.5 stories?
Sorry, the second story is because the roof line, to keep it uniform with the building, I would just want to keep it with the same roof line. The newer part of the building to the right on your picture is not going to be affected. We're going to keep that area the same way as it is. It's a big picture window. That's the reception area of the veterinary clinic.
This bowed-out window is staying, this bowed-out area? This area is
The
staying?
boat out window will go.
But,
That'll be included in the new floor space. Yeah, this area here, sorry. This area here, right by this little fence, is where the older part of the building ends, and then the newer area we have is off to this side. If any of you've driven by there, you've probably seen the big picture window. And that'll allow, we already have the wheelchair ramp, so that'll allow clients that come in wheelchairs to just easily wheel right into the bathroom there and go, if they need to.
so this is probably none of my business, but you said you've been in business for 36 years,
38.
and you're just deciding this now?
Yeah, I've, better
Late
late than
than never.
never, you know, I've,
Yeah, through the chair. So I'm looking at the picture and I see the bow window, and I see the fence, and it looks like there's a sidewalk where the snow is, and then the street. So you're saying that you're gonna build out all the way to the fence? That's not what it's showing on this drawing.
well, I mainly brought this photo to show you that the addition will come out to the edge of that fence, which is just about 10 feet from the building. And to the left of that are our parking spaces, just to show that the parking spaces are not going to be affected by this. I do have another photo of, I didn't have it on paper, I just have it on my phone, of the front of the building, if you'd like to see what that looks like.
No, we'd have to, we have to keep anything that's provided to us, so unless it's on paper, we can't take, unless you want to give up your phone.
Yeah, no, you're not getting my phone.
Any questions, concerns? Anybody in the audience to speak in favor? Anybody in the audience to speak in opposition? Hearing none, the
Motion to close the public hearing? Motion to approve?
roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Barry? Yes. Kevin? Stephen?
Yes.
Fran?
Thank you. God forbid any of you ever need to use the wheelchair access bathroom, but it will be there.
Friends, we need a motion to accept last month's minutes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any other business right now? Well, this was a very short meeting. Are you here for any reason, sir? I mean, any special, oh, the press. Okay. I'm sorry, it's a short meeting tonight. Okay.
Motion to close the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Next meeting, April 23rd. Thank you.